photographs I can't recall. Living too fast, drunk on drugs and higher than a whiskey cask. History of miseries that all taught me that you gotta go through it to get through it, to know where you fell. I done did it, I've been through it. Sometimes I scare myself, 'cause I know what I'm capable of. It's getting harder to tell who the hell have I become. So I look at the monster inside me when I need reminding of who I am. I'm never going back again. That's the beauty in the boogeyman. Another bottle, another battle, another road that just won't end. Another smoke to hold me over. Another night I wanna give and go through it, to get through it, to know where you fell. I done did it, I've been through it. Sometimes I scare myself, 'cause I know what I'm capable of. It's getting harder to tell who the hell have I become. So I look at the monster inside me when I need reminding of who I am. I'm never going back again. That's the beauty in the boogeyman. Sometimes I scare myself, 'cause I know what I'm capable of. It's getting harder to tell who the hell have I become. So I look at the monster inside me when I need reminding of who I am. I'm never going back again. That's the beauty in the boogeyman.
He it's not in his bones, so that's a good thing. If it was in his bones, I would be planning a funeral right now. But he'll be in the hospital for a couple weeks. And they decided they weren't going to want to give me information on anything when I showed up yesterday, because, you know, I got there with all my stuff and he wasn't in the room, so I started straightening up his bed and, you know, got stuff together, brought him clothes to get him cleaned up, because, you know, hospital funk. And as I'm cleaning him up and, you know, getting his clothes changed and stuff, he says there's something wrong with my blood and my heart, and they're looking into this. And I was like, okay. As soon as he said that, I just knew everything that I was already thinking at home was the truth. So
Thank you, Flies, so much. Before I head on to Benny, I don't want to go over the whole video here with Noel, but I want to ask that my chat pray for White Boy. There's something going on with his heart. I haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to the whole video. I don't want to cut into too much time tonight, but I want to make sure that people know something's going on over there and to pay attention and keep prayers coming for White Boy. So here's the link. I'm going to star it. And then we are going to move right on here to Benny.
Say words like this, it is no. And imagine he was treating her like shit. shit. As soon as he got out the truck, he was treating Graham and Candace real bad, and immediately I was like, he knows they did it, he just can't prove it.
So we left off, yes. Keep praying, guys. Just pray for them. Make sure everything's okay. I don't want to start a rumor mill. I haven't seen the whole video, and I just really don't have the time tonight to... I mean, I do, but let's give them a little bit of space before people attack, or you never know on these YouTube streets. Just something's going on, and they need our prayers. Keep it at that. I left off this afternoon. You did. I'm going to watch it later, and then I'll decide if we watch it together tomorrow. This afternoon, I left off where Benny had interaction with the police, and he was giving us his take to Tim on how the police were treating Grandma Candace and Candace. I have some stuff on Ernie pulled up. I'm waiting for something to come up, but I may jump around. This may go to a third one because we still have 2 hours and almost 35 minutes left of this live. I usually get through about an hour. We'll see how far we get.
Can't prove it yet. Wasn't no reason why he was supposed to come up there and treat Grandma Candace and Candace like shit. He'd come up there, oh, I'm so sorry. We're still trying to find baby Summer, and I'm so sorry these people are here bothering you, man. But he got out the car and was like, yeah, no, we're not doing none of that. Treated her like shit. And I told you, I wanted to know if Macklin was just a dickhead. So when he looked at me at a point, I nodded. He walked over to me with me towards the telephone pole in the shed, and he was like, hey, what's up? Like, Macklin's a very decent man. He just doesn't treat Candace and Grandma Candace good. Because, in my opinion, he knows they did it. He just can't prove it yet. I mean, can you imagine Madeline McCann's parents calling and saying there's people trespassing? They would come over and say, oh, McCann's, I'm so sorry. What can I do to service you? Man, they didn't want shit to do with the Wells. They don't want shit to do with the Wells. They aren't treating out. Cliff Evans, he came up on that hill, and he was a very, very decent man, but what he did is he just came in as the good cop. You got Macklin as the bad cop, and Evans as the good cop. So, I don't know, right? Like, but if you look at it the way I've just explained it to you, there is no reason in a wandering away case that a sheriff could ever come back and say they're not being cooperative. You can't be uncooperative in something you don't know about unless you actually know about it. So how can they pass a polygraph but now not be cooperative? Did they actually pass the polygraph? I don't know. I'll tell you this. Hawkins County, they have no way of knowing if they passed the polygraph. They were just told by the TBI. TBI gave that test. They just relayed the results to Lawson. So then Lawson, you never heard TBI say, oh, yeah, they passed the polygraph. You heard Dr. Phil first, and then you heard Ronnie Lawson the next night back it up and say the same thing. You've not heard nothing, right? Anything you've heard from Ronnie Lawson that is stuck out as a keynote phrase is they are not cooperating and they've lawyered up. How can he say they lawyered up if they didn't lawyer up? That's because they have, Tim. They had to have. I've heard in so many strange conversations since I've heard that. There's questions I asked her where she now says, I can't talk about that. All the time, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that way with me for a long time, that's why.
But not me. That woman will tell me what color her poop is today. All of a sudden now, she don't want to talk about none of this stuff. Last night, I had to use psychology on her to get her to talk to me. I had to do a push and pull. I was like, listen, I can't do this anymore. You got weird stuff going on with Chris and Trudy, yada, yada, yada. I'm taking a step back. And she's like, fine. Fuck me, those motherfuckers. And we went through it. And then she started calling and calling and calling. So then I called her back. Then she would text me, why are you calling me, bro? And I would be like, you know what, Candace, you're playing a fucking game. I'm done. So, I don't know, sometime later, me back, and she is just soaked. She's loaded. And I saw it as an opportunity, and we went through it. And I'm telling you what, she's got a gut feeling he's going to turn on her. And that's why Donald's been put on the island. That was the other thing that happened in that news reporting of the video of WJHL with Graham Candace. They put Don on the island, and I asked her about it in just that terminology, that same vernacular, verbatim. And she said, and I quote, Donnie's on the island. Now,
Benny, I don't mean to pull your chain, but you know how you get on Jody sometimes about histrionics and stuff. Vernacular is one of them words you use that's overly used. Just a little letting you know.
you got Candace Sr. saying she can't answer for Candace, and then you got Candace saying she can't answer for her mom, and then you got them saying they can't answer for Don. They've been answering for each other this whole time. Now all of a sudden they do a couple searches and she can't talk no more. Well, doesn't want to willingly talk. Right? I've been using
I was saying earlier today when we were watching the earlier portion in my chats that those searches they did, everybody thought they were all LE. Like the law enforcement ordered them. No, actually, there was one search done that went on WJHL that the PIs did, and they brought the guy with the drone in that was doing the cats. Can you take them out till I'm done? My cat keeps knocking my decorations over. But the PIs actually was doing one of those searches around this time. So that's curious to me.
a quote-unquote friendship as leverage to get her to talk to me. Because I start seeing these things that are poking up now that I've brought to your attention, and they're the sort of things that pop up in cases where the parents are involved. Like you just can't make you can't make no sense out of any of this. It just isn't, right? Like this is the deal. Don's been saying for a long time now. People would reach out to him and say, and I quote, "I've been contacted by the police recently. They've pinged my phone and come over to talk to me. They say I was somewhere around the general vicinity. I don't know what the whole radius would be. Maybe inside of 20 miles over there. 2.5 months, I've got to be certain. They pinged every damn phone that was ever in that area. Like, they have technology that is so simple now. Like, they pull up the area and start scrolling through the times. They just see all these dots and click on them. Okay, this person was here. It's like nothing. So you have to quantify it. Like, how could it be nothing? Well, maybe somebody. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So you're like, how could all this pinging of these phones, right? Don was saying that people had contacted him and said that the police had contacted them and then came and seen him and said they pinged his phone and whatever. Like, In 8.5 months, man, I pinged everything in huge radiuses around that house and talked to a lot of people. Right? So what does that lead you to believe? Well, it leads you to believe that potentially somebody had a situational awareness to not take a phone with them when they did what they did. So that you're not going to be able to line the physical flesh with where the phone is. Now in America, we automatically assume that the body is wherever the phone is. Not the other way around. Not that the phone is where the body is, it's the body is where the phone is. So if you don't take the phone, in this day and age, you're scot-free. If you're not on a camera, you're not on a phone forensics, and the third one, you don't tell on yourself. You get away with every crime known to man. With just those three components. Because once they got you on a camera or in a ping, you can say forever until you get out of prison that it wasn't you. It's you. Right? Like it just you can't refute that. But when you leave the phone somewhere else and you go do your thing, now we had the emergence of a two-phone scenario by Candace. She even went so far as to say that she did what with her phone? Do it in the back of Donnie's truck. Why would she throw her phone in the back of Donnie's truck? So when they took the phones from them, it would have looked like Candace got in a vehicle that's gone. They're able to decipher who drives what by looking at the stuff. So to decipher that potentially her phone was in a vehicle where his phone was at. Or do you remember when Candace went to the police station and they told her, hey, we know you left that hill 2 times. She swears up and down she didn't. But the police know different. They told her, we saw you leave the hill twice by your phone. And she was pissed the fuck off about it. So that's already inconsistent in itself. Right? We know.
Justin, I've been very good to you. You need to turn it off or I'm going to strike you. You have to wait 48 hours.
The hill, like she doesn't even
I know why. Who remembers?
It's just part of the story she can't explain, and everybody.
Who remembers why Benny said that? I'll give it a minute in my chat. Justin, you're still a turd. And you're the most boring gay man I ever seen on this earth with your pearls, Mrs. Doubtfire.
But he pitches her softballs and they let her make it. They don't pin her down about where did you go? Because if you didn't meet Don after you dropped off Hunter on your way back around the mountain, then you left the house a second time like they said you did. And when you left the second time, the child had to have been with you. Had to have been. Because if the child wasn't with you when you left the second time, then that means you left the child at the house. It then could mean that that could have been the window somebody came there and took her when they knew she wasn't there, or when she could have told someone, I'm leaving now. Man, Tim, these people, they're involved, man. Like, I've been trying to get them out of it. And I will never go online and say this stuff. Like, I'm just going to ride it out. And then when they get to the end and they figure out Don and Candace did it, or had a hand in it, then the stupid internet gets to say, oh, look at Benny, you were wrong. I wasn't wrong. Even if I knew they did something, which I don't, but even if I knew that going into it, it doesn't mean that I would do anything different than I do now, which is...
Benny, listen, You're doing something like Justin does in life, right? Ain't he a mortician or something? Please do not turn into a Justin. I beg you, please. I enjoy even your meanness. When you're mean, I can't do that. That is the like gay man that has no flamboyance at all. He wants to be an old lady. Dude, I have nothing against gay people. I swear to God I don't. They're fun. You ever been to a gay bar? There's one in downtown Pittsburgh that I go to when I'm down there. Well, I used to go to. It's been a really fucking long time. But I would stop in and have a drink just because it was funny to go in there and watch it. Like, they're so flamboyant. Or did you ever go to a bingo where they have the transvestites? Here in Pittsburgh, we do that. They have, like, the transvestites come out, and you go to bingo, and you can win, and it's funny. They shake their shit. Like, Justin has no gay. I'm wondering if he's even acting about being gay, or if he's like, he thought he was going to be the Justin Bieber of true crime. I don't know. But you need to fix the makeup. You could tell you're a little used to doing the mortician type thing. Benny, please, I don't know what you're doing with the dead bodies. Please, I beg of you, do not turn into a Justin. I enjoy the entertainment. He is so fucking boring. Okay, used to work with them in a restaurant. Yes, they're so funny. Dude, I love going to the bingos. They're fun. All right. Let's go back to this. I'm sorry I interrupted. Whew.
I mean, they're out of jail. So the law thinks today they're innocent. They go to jail tomorrow, then, you know, I change with the police. Right? So, man, this is, it's bad. Now, there is a saving grace. There's a saving, like, what I have seen is I've seen these moments where Don is actually suffering. And it looks like he's suffering.
All right, look, that might have sounded ignorant. Let me say it like this. Justin's pretty. He got a pretty face. Yeah, they also protect you if you're good friends. Yes. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying Justin got it. Like, he got the figure. He's got the tallness. He can make himself look really pretty. Why does he want to wear pearls and Miss Doubtfire clothes? I don't get it. And call himself Pearl. That is like the Pearl of the SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs. JLR could be Mr. Krabs. Dude, I gotta stop. Okay.
Bring guilt. Now, we know you can mistake grief, and it can look like guilt, or guilt can look like grief, or fear can look like excitement. We can, you know, they're hard to identify, right? So, a whole bunch of this stuff, like, you gotta try to find any other missing case where the people were drinking and drugging like this after their kid left. She's supposed to be in rehab right now to get those kids back. She's telling me she's in rehab at her house. We know that's not the truth. But she can't tell me the truth anymore to save Summer. She can't. There's no reason for me to.
It's not about winning, it's about fun.
What's that?
Fun is when you... Fun is... It's like... It's kinda... Sorta like a... What is fun? Like... Let me spell it for you. Friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all.
Sorry.
20 lies a day. I've been telling you for a long time how she lies to me. Man, at what point do we say, listen, she's lying because she's involved? I mean, I haven't lied to nobody during this whole thing. I don't have a reason to lie. They have reasons to lie. And I don't anymore just chalk it up to it's their pathology. Like they just lie about silly stuff just to lie. Well, that might be so if their kids weren't gone. But now you have this crazy responsibility to be completely transparent and truthful if you decide to come to YouTube. Nobody made these people come to YouTube. They chose this route. They came here and they filled the YouTube full of a bunch of lies. That's what they did.
That's the part. Just letting them play. I mean, they have to play. That's why when I said 360 degree, it's kind of like, wow, we finally got back to where in the dream world would have been on June 23, or 22. We're back to that spot.
Right.
And it's kind of like, when that spot was there then, I didn't exist. And when that spot's there now, in many ways, I don't exist. Right. Except, the son did, contact me and say, you can, drop in comments or statements about what they're saying. And I just sent them the link that I put on the media. Somebody texted or acted like they were somebody who knows who they are. Do you have a comment on this? Like you say, with the fakes that are out there. So it was very generic. I said, don't get in the case. Here's the situation. I said, I'm like everyone else. I said, maybe the sheriff will expound on the meaning of the words that he used, and we'll have a better understanding. Just staying right at that spot. But it's the 360 is okay. Now it's their show. It's their, whatever you want to call it. I hate to use the word show and game. It's their event. It's their.
I think that I agree with you, but I gotta say, I think it was at 360 weeks ago when she just started coming on people's channels. Now she's created her own channel, and it's past what Don did. Right? Don never had any interest in having a channel and doing all of that. Like Candace does. And she's not doing it correctly. She's doing it very irresponsibly.
I said, Candace, if she chooses to go into that arena, this is what comes. I said, I can't get around it. I said, it just makes me a nervous man. And I said, that's why I'm so grateful Benny could just take care of that. And it's a jungle that gets me all unraveled.
I mean, you see the Ernie Shell situation, right? Like, seriously, Tim. I mean, I know you asked me once or twice, was there anything I could do about Ernie? And I know that she's asked me many times in the recent past, we got to do something about Ernie. Like, now I got that fool. Like, I went over and told him today, like, hey, bro, like, I got him to the point where he's ready to fucking kill himself. He's wandering around in traffic. He's getting locked up in jail. Like,
listen closely. There's somebody behind the camera laughing. I don't find that funny. Is it a play, Benny? Like, I get it. You're here trying to be good and stuff, but there's still questions that linger. You've been very respectful to me. I wish you would grab a link and answer some of those questions. We're going to move on a little bit here about Ernie. This is the Griff. I don't follow the Griff. I know there's something about he's married to a 13-year-old or something. I'm not here for that. I haven't watched this video yet. It's 13 minutes long, but it's titled Ernie Shell Arrested in Summer Wells Case. I thought we could listen to this before I move on and make an informative opinion about what I'm seeing after hearing Benny say that he caused Ernie to do these things that I'm about to show you.
As far as
Did you
kindergarten goes.
did you know, guys, that Candace actually made a report on me? Did you all know that?
What?
She made a report on you.
Yeah, they actually tried to say that I was the one that got Summer Wells. I've never been around the area.
Are you
Literally.
kidding me?
No. There's a video out there.
If she was with you, she'd be safe. So, yeah.
No, the hell no, she wouldn't either. She'd be out in the river somewhere trying to float.
Summer?
No, I'm talking about Candace. I thought you
No,
saw
I
that.
was saying,
No.
I thought you
If
said
Summer,
that.
if Summer was with, if
Yeah,
I knew
she
where
would be
Summer was
safe.
at, I'll tell you
Yeah.
how fast. If we knew where Summer was at exactly, I'm gonna say this right here, exactly, we could have a team in a matter of minutes, literally an extraction team, with even the de facto attorney general office, and we could, with the special forces of liberty, we could come up with a team so fast that was made of former military.
She's already been
specialists.
on here before, many times, Susan.
That's all I'm going to say. Much respect. You guys support us, support Operation Rescue Our Children, what we're doing. You'll see in the next 60-plus days this operation. This is a military-style operation, as we do report to the Joint Chief of Staff.
So Ernie has been arrested because they are saying that the van, which was provided by Bolt, and he even has his employee ID from Bolt, you know, he was working for them, and apparently the van was reported stolen. The court day, he said no, not guilty to the charges of drugs, because he wasn't on drugs. He was definitely going through some messed up stuff. And we suspect that the van and the dream job was a setup all along. And we know that Benny Keys doxed the company Bolt and everything during that live that he did while he was live streaming what was happening to not only Ernie, but also the electronics of the van. All the electric dash components were glitching completely out at the exact same time that Ernie's brain was completely glitching out. And so, we have documentation of that. Everything in the van's electrical system was going crazy, and so was Ernie. So yeah, I told Ernie to stay away from the van because the van either sounded like it was going to blow up, or I knew that there was some sort of electronic device in that van that was affecting him. And that is why I told him to get away from the van. There was definitely something going on with the van. He called me and I could hear it through the phone, and he was going, "Do you hear this? Do you hear this?" And I could hear it was like it was like a blinker going click, click, click. And he was wondering if there was a bomb in the car. And then when he would hit the brakes, it would just make this awful racket.
You missed the jail? Yeah. Let me talk to you real quick.
Ernie's in jail. It was all his setup.
The end time.
I don't think anybody put a device in Ernie's van. Ernie was arrested. However, he was brought for charges by U.S. Marshals. That makes me curious. That's usually big time, not just for a stolen van, even though that would be crossing state lines. Yeah, who knows what makes Tina tick. I have questions for Tina. She never would come to my... Look, we're both toothless, Tina. Mine will be fixed eventually. I can laugh at mine. I did dumb shit. I don't know what to say. At least I can admit to it. I fell on my face drunk. Did a bunch of dumb shit. Similarly, connection to Ernie, connection to Wishon, connection to very close to Tri-Cities Model Airport. Tim Mullen does political shit. He's fighting for memberships and shit. Flies gyrocopters. Aw, thank you, little Dev. All right. This is Ernie's behavior. This isn't me making fun of him, but this is, if this is a mental state that Ernie can be thrown into, if Ernie's being coerced, could he have also been coerced to do something with Summer? Is he in something? Is he doing some Antifa, QAnon? You're going to the 6th. Jackhammer Jamie's going to the 6th. This is the path I cover. One of them. For me, they all meet together, even to somebody else related to me up here in Pittsburgh, at least for the Pittsburgh connections. Hey, cousin Albert Miller, Gary, Michael, Annie, and Bluebell, Pennsylvania. Ring a bell. Wasn't there some people over in that direction playing fuck shit games in Summer's case? I'm going to have to look into that. Mama Bear might know. I think she was talking to some people from over that way. Ain't Monk from over there or something? Over that direction? I don't know. Don't quote me. I have to fact check. I know there's some that came from that direction. Might also be an 814 area. I have to look. Okay. I don't know who it is.
Beanie, don't message me right now, because I swear to God, I'll drive fucking, after I do this, I'll drive Plum to Texas, I'll jerk your little sorry ass out, and I'll beat you to a fucking inch of your life. I swear to God I will. Don't fucking message me again.
This is Ernie going really hard on Benny. Let me start that over. I believe I tried to put these in order. I may not have. They've been done for a day or two. But this is him threatening Ernie. And I don't know if it's in this video, but I have a video elsewhere we can go another night. I don't know if I have it in here. If not, I'll look for it eventually. But Ernie's saying that Benny was following them around Nashville and threatened a brother or something. Or Benny was saying he's seen Ernie's brother. I don't fucking remember. Crazy shit. There's been a lot between these two and sharing them, but it comes to me to Juanita and Dusty within the psychic network shit that's going on, which starts to connect up here maybe several ways. True crime is true crime, and it happens all over America, especially when you put rugs and missing children in the factor. And people are digging, this is what's going to happen. And when you come out here and you make a spectacle of yourself, if this was him faking it, I doubt it. I was really, really fragile to Ernie's mental state, and I still am. However, I worry that if he could be this angry and if he can go this ape shit, could he be capable of other things? Especially when the police continuously question him.
Beanie, don't message me right now, because I swear to God, I'll drive fucking, after I do this, I'll drive Plum to Texas, I'll jerk your little sorry ass out, and I'll beat you to a fucking inch of your life. I swear to God I will. Don't fucking message me again. I'll break you. I'll reach down into your fucking soul and tear your ribs plumb out one by one. I'll break your fucking collarbone. I'll snap your damn ribs with my bare hands. Don't fucking message me again. Don't fucking message me again. Don't do it, boy. I'll jerk your goddamn eyeballs out your fucking head. Don't message me again. Don't do it. Don't know you. I know goddamn Don Wells told you shit about fucking Summer Wells. I know good damn well. Don't fucking message me again. Don't call me. Don't message me. I'll break you to fucking half and I don't give a damn. Don't message me, Benny. Because I'll run through you and your goddamn law enforcement. I'll run through every one of you motherfuckers. I'll hurt you bad. Don't fucking message me again. That's a fact. Don't do it. Don't message me. It's not a threat. Don't message me. Do not fucking message me again. I don't want nothing to do with your sorry ass.
No, but please, baby, I ain't done nothing, guys. Please, I ain't done nothing. Please, because they're going to kill me, man. Look, I haven't committed a crime. 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 I can't sit down. I can't sit down. But I haven't committed a crime. I really haven't committed a crime, though. I haven't committed a crime. I'm not going to get hit before, I promise. Please. I haven't done nothing wrong. I haven't done nothing. Look, you can see it. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. See, he says walking off. Please don't. I haven't done nothing, guys. Where's it going to take this, Cleveland? No, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Don't. Please. I know. Look, man, I haven't done nothing wrong. I'm PP. Look, man, I'm PPS and everything. No. I'm gonna take you again. Get on your back.
Turn over.
Get on your back. I'm gonna take you again.
Turn over.
Get on your back. Okay, I'm on my back. I'm on my back, sir. He's gonna be the one shooting me, ain't he?
Get on your back.
Oh, God, please don't shoot me. Is he gonna shoot me?
4, 2, 4, 5 stars of the unit.
No, it's you. No, please don't hit me with that, please.
Get on your back. Get on your back. Okay, get on the back. Please. Get on your back.
My hands are behind my back, Ernie.
Shelby Shell's gonna
My
shoot me.
arms are behind my back.
Shelby Shell's gonna shoot me.
Shelby's in prison, Ernie. He can't shoot you, buddy. He's in prison.
Please don't roll me.
Well, this way.
I can't do that. I got people.
Over, I'm going to take you again.
You never want to go back again. I got stuff on. But you're talking.
I hope you fucking trolls are proud of yourself, you piece of shit.
Ernie.
Can I sit in the back? Can I sit in the back? You don't care, do you? Can I sit in the back? Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
Careful. Wave to everybody here.
It's in here off of Lancaster, ain't it? I'm not all the way awake. I didn't get up at 4 o'clock this morning.
Is that what time you started?
I started at 5. I didn't get up at 4 to get ready to come in.
Hello. I'll be right behind you in like 3 minutes.
shoot me, dude.
I'm ready to fuck on.
Don't shoot me, bro.
I'm gonna take the money out. Get the fuck out my face, bro.
Well, don't shoot me, bro.
Man, you don't get no.
Don't shoot me, bro. Please.
Hey,
Don't shoot
you
me,
don't
bro.
get this crazy motherfucker out my face.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, bro. That's fine.
Ain't no sorry, bro. Get the fuck out my face.
Sorry about that.
Don't turn back around.
Please don't. Please don't.
I mean, sure I did not.
Yeah, hurry up and
Please
turn back
don't.
around before I whoop his ass.
Please don't. Let me out here, guys. Please don't do that.
Bro, do this like a gun. That's some money, bro. Don't get back in my face.
She missed the road. Sorry about that, bro.
Ain't no sorry, nothing, bro. Don't do that no more.
Sorry about
You've got Circle K and you've got a Hager Drive.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right, I'll drop this Jason.
No, I'm sorry.
I'll take him to the hospital and then I'll drop Jason on the way back through.
Sorry about that, man.
Have it stay on and grab a phone.
To the right. To the right.
Sorry about that, bro.
Man, sorry, bro.
Sorry, man.
I don't pay that, bro.
No, sorry about
All
that.
that crazy retarded motherfuckers.
Here we go, ma'am. Damn. Sorry about that.
He's a nice guy. He don't do it.
Don't you shoot me, ma'am.
I don't have a gun.
Okay. I'm just.
So relax, okay?
Is anybody else picking up?
No, we're
Okay.
going to Corbin.
Okay. Thank you.
But you need to relax, because if you don't
Okay.
relax,
I am.
it ain't gonna go.
Wait a minute. Okay.
What motel do you want to go to?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Huh?
Hold on a second.
What are you doing?
Make sure I'm all right.
Huh?
Good deal. I'm good. Okay, sorry. Oh.
What motel do you want to go to?
Just go to Corbin. Just go to Corbin. And I'm gonna see what they say to go to.
Corbin, Kentucky.
Head north on Sarah Lee Drive toward Woods Trail. In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Woods Trail. Take the next right onto Woods Trail.
Cliff, you still in range?
I'm getting on the interstate right now.
Call me, please.
In the quarter mile.
I'm gonna end this there. I don't know what the next video is. Oh, do I have your attention now? We could already have saved Summer Wells years ago. Jody and Ernie. I don't want to go over that tonight. I think I was just putting shit up. So I asked my questions. Is that fake? Is it real? He exits the car. Did it go bad? Did the guy say this guy accused me of having a puke? Call 911. They stopped the car. You hear somebody in the background saying Shelby Shell did that years ago or something. And then Ernie gets tased. The video that I'm missing is Ernie going into the hospital. So I'll look for that and we'll go over that another night. But let's go back to Benny. I have questions. Mr. Brenda Pete Clark, Shell, Galker, whatever.
He was treating them like shit. As soon as he got out the truck, he was treating Graham and Candace real bad, and immediately I was like, he knows they did it, he just can't prove it. Can't prove it yet. There's no reason why he was supposed to come up there and treat Graham and Candace like shit. He come up there, oh, I'm so sorry. We're still trying to find baby Summer, and I'm so sorry these people are here bothering you, man. But he got out the car and was like, yeah, no, we're not doing none of that. Treated her like shit. And I told you, I wanted to know if Macklin was just a dickhead. So when he looked at me at a point, I nodded. He walked over to me with me towards the telephone pole in the shed, and he was like, hey, what's up? Like, Macklin's a very decent man. He just doesn't treat Candace and Grandma Candace good. Because, in my opinion, he knows they did it. He just can't prove it yet. I mean, can you imagine Madeline McCann's parents calling and saying there's people trespassing? They would come over and say, oh, McCann's, I'm so sorry. What can I do to service you? Man, they didn't want shit to do with the Wells. They don't want shit to do with the Wells. They aren't treating out. Cliff Evans.
Okay, we're still listening about the police. I wanted to say something real quick. I don't ever mean to attack somebody's mental health. You all just see me have a breakdown where I tried to take a whole bottle of hydrocortisone. Don't ask me why I picked that one. It was just there. I went to the hospital. My husband and my children lied and said that I'm having psychosis. The doctors didn't believe it. However, they put me on a medicine that treats that, but it also treats bipolar. I'm thinking maybe that's what it is. I'm taking the meds. I feel amazing. You see, I'm not snapping out. I'm not having psychosis, nor did I ever have psychosis. I still stand by everything I ever damn said. But I take this med called aripiprazole. It has another name. This is the generic name of it. I forget the name of it. It starts with an A. You can look it up. 5 milligrams. It's the lowest dose you can take. I have a doctor's appointment on the 7th scheduled, but I have to switch it, or on the 6th. I have to switch it because I have a heart appointment too, and I had the days mixed up. So I have to fix the appointments, but I'm going to assume that they're going to take me off of this medication. Hey, little Deb, welcome back. So we're going to go back to Benny. You missed a lot, so you might want to rewind a little bit. More about Ernie, not a whole lot, but we're going to go back to Benny. But I'm going to be 100% transparent with everything when it comes to my YouTube. I just would like to know what meds Ernie is on, and is he taking said medication that helps, because it really has helped calm a lot of my problems. I also take Straterline, but for some reason that pill bottle disappeared from my medicine case. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I might have to call my doctor tomorrow. I don't know where it went. Sometimes I put things places. Sometimes people move my items. I don't know why anybody would have been in my pill case, but I got to find it. That's for anxiety. They told me to continue that. Okay. Back to Benny. I believe he's going to start coming up with abuse. However, I don't want to go too much further. I'm an hour in. Actually, now would be a good stopping time, since tomorrow I'm going to come back, because he's going to go through the Knoxville abuse with Dawn and Candace, and I want to get to that, and I want to set up some stuff for that I don't have set up. And there's a lot more to this with the PIs and Penny. I have a lot of questions. People weren't listening to the other words in this phone call. It was just about the phones, the cameras. I still think the cameras are important and still pertinent to Ernie in the psychic era of this with the Dawn K. I covered that not too long ago. When we get there, I'll pull that up. Okay, so I'm going to change the trajectory a little bit. I love this channel. This is Hidden True Crime. They covered the Vallow case. It's probably the only case I really followed them. I see that Lauren and her husband have branched out. I see that there's some drama going on. I want to start covering something a little new and different. So I'm going to, hold on. Hey, baby. Sorry, grandbaby walked in. Okay, so they're having some kind of legal dispute right now, and I'm trying to catch up, but I want to hear Lauren's side first. And this is a live I found because I haven't caught up with them in quite some time. Here's what I could tell you about Lauren. She is an ex-newscast broadcaster for a state I can't remember, and her husband is a therapist of some sort. And she covered the Vallow case really well. She was really digging into the religion and the culture of religion. So following her, when we follow Summer's case with the Seventh-day Adventists and things like that, I think knowing that Dawn is his family are Mormon, that the case could correlate a little bit when it comes to religion, when we hear things like sacrifice and things of that nature. So I thought this might be a good introduction to go back and start looking back on the Vallow case a little bit. I'm going to start switching my tomorrow Sunday. I'm going to go back. We're going to cover some of the Miami stuff. The Monday, I'm going to start giving each day a little bit of space for something new and different, because I do want to change my channel and I don't always want to cover summer. I want to branch out a little bit and do some other stuff. However, I always want to keep summer in the spotlight at the same time. So this is my way of doing that. So let's watch just a little bit. I'm not going to stay on too long. Maybe another 20 minutes or so. Let's watch and see what we can hear, what's going on. This is a 3-hour live. I don't have that tonight, but let's get a feel of what's going on with Lauren and her husband.
Whether you're lying, whether you're telling the truth, right? Like, whether you were stalked, is that just free speech? Right? We're going to cover all of that. And we're going to cover that from mainly a psychological perspective, because I am a psychologist. But since
you have your PhD in psychology.
Right, not philosophy. Just to clarify, a PhD is by definition a doctor of philosophy.
Don't worry, I covered that in my life.
Okay, so
we're good.
Yeah, so correct. I am a licensed psychologist. I am a clinical and forensic psychologist, and so we're going to approach this largely from a psychological perspective.
And before we begin, I do want to say thank you to everyone for your support. We've actually received thousands of emails and messages from people giving us support, and we just want to say thank you too before we begin.
And just so kind, so much kindness, so much love. Thank you very much. We were able to get through this a lot easier because of the support from our community and our gems, and you guys are amazing, and we can't thank you enough. So
all right, take it away.
So let's dive into this analysis. I'm going to start in a fairly peculiar, unexpected place.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with talking about Brad Pitt, the actor.
That is peculiar.
That is, it is a little peculiar, right? So the reason I want to talk about Brad Pitt is because he's an actor in my generation. He's an actor I've followed very closely over the years. He's an actor I've really appreciated. And I've really kind of watched him mature and develop and grow. And that's been somewhat inspirational to me.
Yeah, so you do like him. He talks about Brad Pitt.
So let me just say, so I'm going to do a little bit of my own fangirling here, I guess. But let me say that the reason I got to know Brad Pitt was because in 1992, he was in a movie called A River Runs Through It.
Mm-hmm.
A River Runs Through It is one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite books. It's a book by Norman MacLean, who was a professor of English literature at the University of Chicago for many years. He wrote this novella about his childhood growing up in Montana and how fly fishing basically saved his life. It's a brilliant book. It's a brilliant movie. Brad Pitt was in the movie. He actually played the somewhat delinquent brother. It was an interesting role that Brad Pitt would kind of reprise many times in his career, but he was very good. And
yeah, he was.
I didn't know who he was at that time. And so I was interested. I'm like, who is this guy, right? When I watch a movie and there's actors I don't know, I'm always interested to kind of figure out who they are, where they came from. So I found that Brad Pitt actually was born and raised in a small town in Oklahoma. He was born in Shawnee, Oklahoma. And I also learned that at least some of his early career, he began in 1987. I didn't know any of his earlier movies. He did a few movies, and then he did work for a soap opera. So the evolution of his career really begins with soap operas. And, when I learned that, I thought, oh, this is interesting, right? Like, you don't see a lot of soap opera actors go on to become mega stars. I mean, I guess some of them have, but I'm not aware of a lot, right? And so you've got this guy in this major movie. It's produced by Robert Redford. Robert Redford, by the way, in 1992, clearly saw talent in this young actor because Robert Redford has produced some extraordinary movies over the years. He's been in extraordinary movies. He knows the industry. He knows talent, and he picked out Brad Pitt. So shortly after that, Brad Pitt in 1995 was in a movie called Seven. and he was one of the detectives, and great job. So now my appreciation of this guy is only increasing. In 1996, he did a movie called 12 Monkeys. Many people probably don't know this movie, but I do, because it has to do with mental health, and it gets into everything I love. It's a post-apocalyptic novel. It's got kind of sci-fi. It's about mental health issues. Is he psychotic? Is he not? There's all kinds of philosophical issues raised in this movie, but I don't think a lot of people saw this movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but you love Brad Pitt too. So you're watching this movie.
But I watched this movie, and now, like, he's extraordinary in this movie. Now my appreciation of this guy is continuing to expand. 1999, he does The Fight Club, which is a very controversial movie, gets a lot of attention. But again, I kind of see this guy's journey towards mastery, right? 2004, he does Troy. I'm skipping a lot of movies he's done, by the way. These are just ones.
Just
he does the movie Troy, which is about the Iliad. Homer's the Iliad. I love Homer's the Iliad. It's one of my favorite books. It's a brilliant book about war. He does this. That's a risk. It's not particularly a stretch for him in this movie, but he's good. In 2008, he does Benjamin Button. He's nominated for Best Actor. He's nominated for Best Actor by the Academy. In 2011, he does Moneyball. Brilliant. He's brilliant in this movie, right? He's also nominated for Best Actor. 2014, Fury. Again, he's exceptional in this role. 2015, he does The Big Short. Every one of these roles, he sort of has a particular type in these movies, but you also, like, for me, I'm also seeing him expanding his repertoire a little bit, taking some risks, like with Troy, growing as an actor, right? So what's fascinating to me is you got this guy from an area, from Oklahoma, that you never think would become a megastar. He's really committed to his craft. He's really growing, right? And then after The Big Short, there's a bombshell in 2016. And this bombshell is that Angelina Jolie accuses him of abuse.
Yeah.
On a plane specifically, but essentially there's this war between himself and Angelina Jolie.
Two
There's
megastars.
There's this issue over custody, right? There's all kinds of issues here. There's I believe
It's a bitter divorce.
It's a bitter divorce. I believe there's all kinds of accusations being levied. And before this, by the way, I should point out, like, the paparazzi are all over Brad Pitt wherever he goes.
He's married to Jennifer Aniston.
Before.
Cheating scandal.
Right. There's issues about fidelity, right? Like, anything the tabloid can get their hands on, any salacious story about Brad Pitt, they're publishing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see this stuff, but I don't really pay much attention to it because I don't really care. I want to go to his movies. I'm invested in this guy as an actor and watching him grow and change and master his craft, right?
You're interested in his craft, his art.
Right. So it's interesting because in 2016, and I could be wrong about this, but so these allegations are levied by someone who has tremendous power in Hollywood. And I believe that because of this, there's certainly an attempt to tarnish his reputation, to maybe cancel him, right? Like, there's this whole debate about should Brad Pitt be doing movies, right? I'm sure people have mixed feelings about this. He was never formally charged with anything. He was never criminally charged. But after 2016, it does appear that a lot of his roles are lesser roles. It appears that he's doing movies that they don't quite have the
Hold on, I'm looking for a good. She's really close. They both are with a lot of people in the Vallow case. They covered it meticulously. Like one case, they stayed with it all the way till the end. She's been hosted on Banfield and stuff like that. But she's more professional. I'm trying to find like one interview with friend of Chad Daybell. Here we go.
I picked him up. I'm so glad I did this. I picked him up from the airport. I had somebody in the car with me, but I had her name is Janelle Littlebear. She was with me, and her daughter was with me. So anyway, we went to the place that he was going to speak.
I'm so grateful to have Janelle Murphy with us here today. One of the first interviews I did when it came to the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell case was with Sean Littlebear. And Sean Littlebear was your husband at the time. He is now your ex-husband. And through that interview, we have exchanged emails. We have talked on chat. You've been an active participant on live chats with us. And you know a lot of...
This is just, we'll just watch a few minutes and then I'll end it there. And tomorrow I'll come live in the afternoon. And if Little Dev, if you want to join, I know I only got 4 people in here, but I think this is going to blow up on YouTube. It's a big stalking charge, and I don't know who the other party is yet. I want to learn with you because I only really watched this channel during Vallow. I know they covered other things, and I've gone in a little at a time and seen a little bit, but not much. They covered the mom. I watched them for that too. Ruby, the one that was down in Utah, another one in Utah. They cover a lot of stuff in Utah. Maybe if we cover her and she wins, we could get her on Summer's case. She has a big following, her and her husband. I just want to see what's going on here because it's a very extremely professional channel. And there's a lot of lawsuits that fly around, and this one's real. Like, it's just search up Hidden True Crime. We'll watch a few minutes of this. I got like 10 minutes left. I'll decide what we're doing. But she gets they dig deep into the case that they're covering.
People that have been testifying in trial that we have been discussing for years. And I just want to thank you. I've asked you quite a few times to do an interview, and I know that you've always been a little bit hesitant, and you have finally decided to come forward and share what you know. And I would love for you to introduce who you are and why you're choosing to share now.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Janelle Murphy. Yeah, used to be Janelle Littlebear. My background is I was born into the LDS faith. In my 20s, I was excommunicated out of the LDS faith, which was a very good experience for me. So I got to know what it's like to be in and out of that, what it feels like to be spiritually in tune, what it feels not to be spiritually in tune, and how I felt I was a different person. My background, I am half Navajo. My dad was born on the reservation, and so I am half Navajo, and I am a healer. That's my passion. I love to heal. So we have what's called our walk in beauty, which is to be physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally balanced. So when I do healing, that's what it is to balance all 4 of those areas. So that's just a little bit about me.
Here is how it worked, according to Lori Vallow. Dark spirits were people who signed contracts with Satan before they got to Earth. Light spirits were people who signed contracts with Jesus before they got to Earth. And if you believe that, I have some property for you in Florida, Central Florida, Everglades. But a lot of people believed it, a lot. Lori, hook, line, and sinker, In fact, everything she did seemed to relate to these dark spirits and light spirits. Only problem was 4 people who were very close to her were conveniently dark spirits. 4 people who were kind of in her way from having her sexy affair with her cult leader. That would be her husband, that would be his wife, and that would be her 2 kids, and they all ended up dead. 4 other people, well, one of them was shot at, but he survived. And then 2 others, her dad and her brother, they're not even in court to support her. But basically 8 people in her orb. She
awkward. It was like being back in high school again.
Yeah, and there were
So that-
definitely the pouts from Lori again, too.
Oh, the pouts. I'm
head-turning
glad you
pouts.
told me because, you know, for a while we were hearing she was looking down a lot. She would, you know, awkwardly try to write, etc. I'm super curious about how the jury is digesting all of the things that Melanie Gibb basically just mic dropped today. It was a lot of weird stuff. The dark spirits, the light spirits, who was becoming a dark spirit. And then eventually that would morph into being a zombie and needed to die. I'm super curious about the Tammy piece, though, because today I think for the first time I heard that Melanie Gibb said Lori, 2 weeks before Tammy died, suggested she was a dark spirit, which was very coincidental that 2 weeks before she died, she was becoming suspicious of the affair her husband was having with Lori. So, ladies, this could not have been lost on the jury.
No, I don't think a lot was lost on the jury because they were so intently listening. I think a lot of people from the public were looking, wondering what they were thinking, because during jury deliberation, when they were choosing, it was very clear they did not know a lot about this case. I mean, that was their biggest thing, is making sure that they did not know about this case. So I can't imagine what was going through their minds, but they were not bored. They were listening intently, and I think they couldn't believe what they were hearing.
Ashley, the progression of the looks on their faces, they came in fresh faced with their little notebooks and their pencils. And about 5 minutes into Melanie Gibbs' testimony, it was like everything was written all over their face. There was shock. There was disgust. It was people that were just perplexed. It's not funny, but just, you can tell this jury does not know this case just by the way they looked. And then when it came out that Alex Cox shot Charles Vallow, mouths kind of flew open. So it was a big day for this jury. I'm sure they're home, like, taking a relaxing bath because they got overloaded today.
Yes.
It was a lot. How about this part where Melanie told the court that Lori confided in her that she was in a hurry to move up to Idaho where her lover, cult leader, lived, but was frustrated that Tammy wasn't dead yet and should be dead by now. That's almost feels like it's.
Jess is someone I'm grateful we'll finally be able to hear from. She was a close friend of Melanie Pawlowski and is a close friend of Brandon Boudreau, and she'll explain that relationship in more detail at the beginning of this interview. Jess has been one of Hidden True Crime's many reliable sources, someone we haven't mentioned because she wasn't ready to come forward until now. A disclaimer, Jess shares in this interview personal events, how she experienced them, and shares her personal opinions. Both Hidden True Crime and Jess understand that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. This interview took place June 30th, the day after Lori Vallow was charged in Arizona for conspiring in the murder of her then husband, Charles Vallow. At the time of this interview, no charges in the shooting investigation surrounding Brandon Boudreau have been made, but Arizona police say it is still an active investigation.
Jess, thank you for being here. Will you tell me who you are?
To really explain who I am, I guess I have to explain who I'm associated with.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband, I'm not going to say his name, and Brandon are business partners, Brandon Boudreau. They've been friends for about 12 years. They've been business partners for 10 or 11 years. Melanie, I met Melanie in the fall of 2010.
Okay, and Melanie, for everyone, is Melanie Pawlowski. This was when she was
Hello, hello, hello. A Friday night live with our hidden gems. And who else has watched the new Hulu documentary Devil in the Family, The Fall of Ruby Franke? Because John and I sure did last night. We watched all 3 episodes. It's a docu-series. And wow, we've been covering this case since the beginning. A never before seen home video. Finally seen.
So as you can see, she gets really deep into cases and she goes after them like a news broadcaster. I don't at this point know who's suing her, but I'm at my 1 hour and almost 30-minute mark here. So I'm going to end this here and I'm going to come back tomorrow. And before we cover anything with Summer, we're going to cover the hidden true crime stuff. Oh man, I did Little Dev. She's something. We should cover that one time too. I want to go back and do past cases, and I do happen to love hidden true crime. I don't know what the lawsuit's about, and I want to learn with you guys and kind of do like a mock jury, I guess, over here, where we can decide who's guilty and who's not and learn the case together. Because I probably haven't watched hidden true crime since Ruby Frank, because you see what I've been dealing with in my own life for the last now almost 11 months. So life's been crazy. I'm behind on a lot of things I used to like. So I'll come live tomorrow afternoon. Hubby works a full day tomorrow, another 12 hours. I have lots of time. I'll probably do like I did today, a split. And I think we're going to cover a little of both. We're going to go right back to the Benny. I'm going to save this tab like I did earlier. We're going to go, let me make sure I split where we left off at Benny. And get rid of, we have an hour and 47 minutes left of him and Tim. I've gone over the him and Candace a million times. I hope my live was a little informative. My 2 lives today. Tomorrow I plan another 2 lives where we cover the same thing. Aw, thank you, Little Dev. I am feeling a little bit better, a little more hopeful. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace and love. Good night.